What's up, Mixed Reactions? It's another great week, and I'm here along with Casey Merritt and Coach Dunks, Justin Duncan. What's going on today, Casey?
You know, can't really complain. Doing the Skype a little bit of a different way. My new kitten decided, hey, it might be a good idea to chew through an Xbox headset, and here I am.
The family cat. How about you, Justin?
Uh, can't complain too much. It was a bit of a surprising weekend this weekend in many ways for
There
of
was a
course for
lot of upsets in the NFL this week.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely gotta get into that today. But
But
yeah, overall
first,
doing pretty good.
the first thing I want to jump into, speaking of NFL, not necessarily an upset. Haha, y'all lost again. How you feel, Casey?
I'm gonna stab you. I really didn't have too much, hopes going into this game. I know I picked the Cowboys in our pick segment last week. I was, riding that Cowboy hype train. I figured they were going to be coming off a bye week, and in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, Micah should be back. Deron Bland should be back. The defense is going to shape up a little bit. Of course, none of those things happened. I don't know why I'm sitting here even remotely surprised. Um, you know, it's the same old Cowboys. Nothing has changed until Jerry is out. Nothing's going to change. I mean, their leading rusher was Ezekiel Elliott, who had 34 yards on 10 carries. Like, when you can't run the ball, when you can't stop the run, it's just a terrible formula to win games. Now they went in to halftime with a 10-6 lead, and then just fell flat on their face. They allow San Fran to pretty much just absolutely annihilate them throughout the entirety of the third quarter. Of course, Dallas made a little bit of a comeback. They did have a chance to win the game. Dak had the ball in his hands to go get that game-winning drive. And what do you know? Four straight incompletions, turnover on downs, and the 49ers win the game 30-24. I have no more hope in this season with Dallas. They're just not talented enough. And it's weird. That is a weird thing saying from a Cowboys fan they're
Mhm.
not talented enough, because that's normally never the issue.
It's the opposite.
They
I mean,
are,
they got the talent. It's just they can't put it together normally.
yeah, they are normally absolutely loaded talent wise. And as of right now, that's just not the case. And I hate to say it because we just paid him $60 million a year. Dak looked like he's regressed. And that is a horrible thing to say about a quarterback that you just signed to a long-term extension, but that seems to be the case. I mean, you could argue they got it going, him and CD in the fourth quarter, of course, but at the same time,
It was almost garbage time at that
it was
point.
almost garbage time. Exactly. Here's the reason I won't say that it was garbage time, because they did have the ball with a chance to win the game. There was about, little over 3 minutes left when they forced San Fran on that 3-and-out to get the ball back. They played a phenomenal fourth quarter. It's almost like what happened against Baltimore. But there's just something that is preventing them from putting together a full good 60 minutes of football. Again, Dak for the third straight game had multiple interceptions. There's just something with this team that's not clicking. It's not right. It's making Jerry's offseason decisions look worse and worse every single week. I don't know if anything can fix it. Like, if you take a look at Dak's stat line, he was 25 of 38 for 243 and two touchdowns with two interceptions. You're like, that's not the best
Pedestrian.
game, but it's
It's
not the
rather
worst.
pedestrian for him. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's about what he's been doing throughout the course of this season as a whole. I don't think there's been one real game this year where I've sat back and said Dak is the reason that they've won the game. That's happened multiple times over the course of his career, of course. He's been a solid to above average quarterback for most of his career. It does not appear that that is the case anymore. He refuses to use his legs. I don't know if it's for fear of injury. I don't know if it's because of that 2020 injury that he just doesn't have that extra speed anymore, and he just is taking a step back. But he refuses to extend plays with his legs now. And with two rookie offensive linemen, it kind of makes it a little bit of a stretch for him to be able to secure a good pocket. And of course, the injury to Brandon Cooks has been pretty severe. Outside of CD Lamb, I don't know if they have a true other NFL capable wide receiver on that locker room. It's just not a good look for Dallas. I can't envision this team getting any better. I really can't.
It's funny because going into this game, I was almost validating myself. Like, wow, San Fran is actually gonna kind of suck this year, like I predicted initially.
I mean, you
I was
did
like,
say
wow,
they would miss the playoffs. Shit, if
I
they're
did,
yeah.
but still, I mean, it, again, the question comes down to what will it take for Dallas to get over the hump? And again, like you were saying, Casey, it's going to have to take Jerry leaving the team.
It
Because
100% is.
what was the one thing that they, like one deal they could have made in the offseason that would have changed the entire spectrum of their outlook this year?
Derrick
Derrick
Henry.
Henry,
And he
absolutely.
wanted to be there.
Yep. And look what he's doing in Baltimore.
Cowboy. You don't really ever get a player saying, I want to be this place. And that happened. Derrick Henry was openly telling his agent, openly telling teams, I want to wait till I hear from Dallas first. And they didn't even contact him.
Did you give him a call?
No.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I think we had this conversation like probably 5-6 shows ago. It's just ego with Jerry. I mean, that you get now. We are gonna talk about the Ravens earlier because, and I really hope that wish this shit on Justin next year because last year was Casey with the Bucks. This year it was me with the Browns. What the fuck? But yeah, man, you guys look like shit.
Yeah, we really do. And of course, we don't have an easy game coming up this weekend. We're at Atlanta, and I'm definitely not picking Dallas for that one. So I absolutely see us falling to 3-5. And I'm hoping for a draft stock this year at this point. Why waste our time fighting and scrapping, getting into a wild card if they somehow do? Because the NFC is pedestrian. All it really would take for Dallas is a little 3-game win streak or winning 4 out of 5, and they'd be in the driver's seat to clinch a wild card spot. But why would I want that this year when it's going to be the same repeat as last year, a one and done in the playoffs, and then you don't get enough of a draft stock to actually draft somebody who's going to matter and make a real difference, and then, of course, doing nothing in the offseason. I want them to tank the rest of the season, and I want to go get Alvin Gentry.
Great pick if you can get him.
I think he could be a turning point in that offense.
Are you talking about the running back from Boise?
Gentry. Yeah, Gentry's like
Alvin Gentry is the Phoenix Suns coach. You're talking about Ashton Genty.
Ashton Genty, Jesus, thank you.
Or how do I pronounce his name? But I was like, bro, he coached the Suns.
No, he's Barry Sanders reincarnate.
Yeah, but he only scored once against UNLV. I think. That dude's a beast, bro. He just sits there. You seen the way he stands before the staff? He's just like, he has the most. That dude's a beast, bro. But he's the front runner for the Heisman, if I'm not mistaken.
He absolutely should be.
He should be if he's not the favorite. I mean, obviously people are going to argue Hunter, but yeah.
Here's why he'd be such a big pickup for Dallas is because Dak has shown time and time again the thing that he relies on, even more so than offensive weapons around him as far as the receiver room, is a good run game. If you can get Dak a good run game, he is going to be, and again, above average starter and will be able to make some, I'm not going to say real noise because until Jerry's gone, I don't foresee if it's ever making real noise, but we'll be back to a team that's going to win 10, 11, 12 games a year.
You're back to relevance.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but in all seriousness, Ashton Genty, I mean, that's the dude they're going to need. I mean, because entering Sunday's game, you guys were dead last in the league in rushing, and when it comes to, I mean, you guys were up at halftime, right? I was doing some other shit, came back, and you guys were down by double digits. I'm like, what the fuck happened? They were just winning the game. I was watching the highlights the other day.
In the league. They're the only team in the league that hasn't had a rush over 15 yards all season.
1-5?
Yeah, 1-5.
Holy
really?
Shit.
Jeez, I thought the Patriots were bad. Shit.
Their longest rush, guess who was?
Oh, that's right. Drake May had a 17-yard scamper yesterday, so that works.
That's
guess who has their longest rush of the season?
Zeke. No,
nope.
Fuck, that's too obvious.
No, oh shoot, what's his
fucking lineman or something? As a trick question.
No, I mean it's not a running back.
It's a receiver.
Turpin.
Yes. CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. Okay. I was gonna guess either Lamb or Turpin. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a 12-yard rush. That's the and that happened in week 1.
Breaking news. I just want to bring it up. Ace Flag has committed to play basketball at
Yes.
University of Maine.
I just saw that.
Now this is Cooper Flagg's twin brother? Younger brother? Okay.
They're pretty close in age though, because they play on Maine United together, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know if they're twins. I know Cooper at the most can't be any more than a year older.
But they've been playing together at down in Florida.
Yeah. So sticking to the NFL, but getting off my dreadful Cowboys who just aren't going to make any noise. It's all. I've been saying the same thing for 4 weeks now. I don't know what to say about them anymore. I keep saying the same exact thing every time we come on the show. Justin, you guys had what I would say is a successful week because you ended up picking up the W against your rivals, the New York Jets, who now are both are sitting at 2-6 in the AFC East. First question.
Not without taking a heavy price to do it though.
I was just going to ask. First question. Obviously, it was confirmed that Drake May has a concussion. So the first question is there a timetable for his return? Have you heard of one as of yet?
As of yet, no, but they're not rushing him.
I don't blame him. That's very smart.
Let me look it up.
And the second question, and this kind of just going to go out as a whole.
Now, one thing, real quick before you get into that
go ahead,
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gerard Mayo did not expect him to stay out of the game. He was expected to come back in, but
with a concussion.
Well, he wasn't diagnosed with a concussion until after halftime.
Mm-hmm.
It was a head injury until they got back into the locker room. It was confirmed it was a concussion.
It's a damn good thing he didn't come back in the game. You know how much New England could have been fined if he went back in with a concussion?
How much the Dolphins should be fined for allowing Tua Tagovailoa to play?
Yeah, no kidding. That's just. I hate to say it. He's gonna be one of those people when 20, 30 years. I won't be surprised if we see him in a wheelchair because he can't walk anymore.
I don't know which one of you guys said it. He's gonna be like the dude they're gonna use as the poster child for CTE.
Me?
Like
no. Casey said that, but I said he's gonna die on the field.
God forbid, but
prayers
I mean,
up to Tua, and hopefully that never happens.
Yes, of course, but still.
But at the same time, he has suffered concussions. What, 3 severe concussions 3 straight years now?
Let me see how many. Well, because the thing is,
he's got 3 or 4 confirmed concussions in the NFL, and let's not even forget what he was college.
Right. So, kind of a backstory here. My cousin played high school hockey and suffered like 7 or 8 concussions throughout his tenure playing high school hockey, and at times still gets vertigo. Justin, you met him at the wedding, Justin. He was Jimmy, the guy with the glasses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was a really good hockey player too, but yeah, definitely at times, because I lived with him for a few years, and you could definitely at times see the repercussions that he still faced dealing with those concussions.
Mm-hmm.
My whole issue with it is because we know the NFL is a gladiator sport. I mean, Tua is tough as nails. I mean, you ask a lot of NFL players, they'd rather be dragged off there. But that's what we have concussion spotters. With all the, there's countless instances of guys with CTE, dying or ended up really, really bad. They're supposed to be there to save these guys from themselves. Same way with the corner man in UFC or boxing. We know they're going to want to go back out there. It's the job of the concussion spotter of the medical staff to be like, no. I mean, I know you want to win football games, but that's their main goal, to win football. I think.
And Drake wanted to go out, but they said no, not for your own good.
They made the right decision.
They did.
Well, whether he plays against Tennessee is going to be a matter of whether he
clears protocol, right? Even if he does clear protocol, they can beat Tennessee without him.
I say they can beat Tennessee without him. Give him that extra week. Now, but Justin, as a fan, do you want to get a winning streak going right now? Like, don't you want a higher draft pick at this point? Like,
they're still going to be top 4, regardless of how regardless of the rest. I mean, after this week against Tennessee, they're probably going to lose most of, if not every game.
So yeah, I see your point. Like as a fan, you want to see that one last win before the season just comes to a complete utter halt.
Crashing halt, right?
Okay. No, I get that. Yeah, because Tennessee is a very obtainable win even without Drake May. Now, to be fair, I would not be surprised if Tennessee won though either. Like because both teams are kind of at that same level right now.
Did you watch the game against the Lions? They were ass upon ass.
They were, but to be fair, they did hang with them throughout the most of the first quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Which
Lions
I
are
know
playing
means
like
nothing.
Madden at this point, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
the Lions are unreal. Also, why did the Patriots trade Uche to the Chiefs for a 5th rounder?
Because otherwise he was going to walk away and they weren't going to get any compensatory picks for him.
But why to the Chiefs?
Because the Chiefs are buying
Why
everyone.
make the Chiefs better?
The Chiefs are buying everyone. They're buying everyone. I mean,
Justin, you weren't here last week when we were talking about this. Ian and I both came to the conclusion if they end up going and beating the Bills, I think it's like week 10 or something like that. If they beat the Bills in Buffalo and are still undefeated at that time, we both think they're going undefeated.
Nope, they won't. Andrew Reid will sit them out once they lock the number 1 seed.
I don't know if he will if they're undefeated.
The players will want to. Andrew Reid will set the starters once they clinch the number 1.
That's tough. If they're undefeated, I don't know. He might. What Ian?
He has a track record of doing it. Like every single year, his teams have clinched the number 1 seed. He rests the starters last few weeks.
Oh no, I know he has a track record, but being undefeated is a different story.
Look at the Colts back in what was it, 2011?
Oh, is it 2011? No,
2010.
It wasn't 2011 because that was the year that Peyton Manning sat out. So it might have been 2010.
The Colts were running the table, and then Bill Coley.
They were 13-0, right? And then
they sat everyone, and then they lost 2 games.
What Ian? You were saying something? What?
Sorry, no. I was just reviewing this. Came out within the last 6:49 p.m. Eastern, about an hour, 10 minutes ago. Jameson Williams. Prosecutors are reviewing a warrant request from the traffic stop that stemmed on October 8th. So we'll see what. I mean, he was already out.
Suspended.
That's huge.
He's been suspended. I'm pretty sure already.
Let me see. Justin's probably right. It was about an hour ago, so Justin might have. Let me see. Well, because he was out last year was a suspension, no? Or he was
last year was PED.
He sat 2 games for the gambling thing, right?
Oh,
yeah,
gambling.
It was either gambling or PED. It was one of the 2.
Yeah, it was
Justin's
gambling.
right. He's suspended. Let me see.
Also, Deontay Johnson, I'm pretty sure, got traded to the Ravens.
He did. And Stephon Diggs is out for the year with an ACL tear.
ACL, yeah, I just saw that. Let me see.
That's horrible for the Texans, man. That's a big, big blow for Houston.
Because they're already down Nico Collins.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that going to sway your picks for this Thursday when the Texans play the Jets? Probably not.
Probably not.
What is going on with the Jets? Why can't they get it together?
Aaron freaking Rodgers. He lives in the darkness.
Has Aaron Rodgers hit the Max Kellerman hill?
He has hit the cliff.
I don't get that joke. What's the reference?
Okay, so for the last 7 or 8 years of Tom Brady's career, Max Kellerman was always predicting on First Take or whatever show he was on that Brady was going to hit a point and then fall off a cliff.
Yeah, he said, I quote, this is 2016 or 17, Tom Brady will be a bum in a short order of time. He said that word for word.
Yeah, I remember Stephen A. Smith was like, "Are you freaking crazy?" Which he was,
Tom
because
Brady's last season, he wasn't a bum. Like, it was clear there was some decline, but he was nowhere near a bum.
At Tom Brady's last year, he was the equivalent of Dak this year.
Yes. Yeah, of Dak this year. Yes.
An above average, but not elite, but still functional.
Yes. I wouldn't say Tom Brady's last season was as good as Dak last year, but
no. But again, Brady never dropped to average, ever.
No. Now, Ian, we have to touch on your Rams real quickly here because They pulled off a major upset with Puka and Cooper coming back. So before I ask you, how are you feeling about that? Because I definitely want to know, because that was an amazing game.
Mhm.
I told y'all, don't trust Minnesota yet. And now they have dropped two straight. I was saying it. Do not trust Minnesota yet. And you guys were all in on them.
I've been all in on them until they. Who was the guy they just lost? For D tackle. Who was that? Shoot.
Oh, who was it?
Yeah, hang on. I'm pulling it up.
No, you're good. I got the big test.
Where is it?
Darisaw?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no, offensive tackle. Sorry.
What's the try?
It says Mikey. During the Rams game? Because it said he got hurt during the Rams game.
Yeah, it was Darisaw. He's left tackle. That's huge.
Yeah, the left tackle is one of the most important positions on the field. But I was telling you, do not trust Minnesota yet. I still think, obviously, they're going to make the playoffs. I think the Lions are going to take the division, but I think Minnesota will make a wild card. But everyone was riding so high on them. They're going to fall. Minnesota is going to struggle throughout the course of the rest of this season.
The NFC North is going to take the 3 wild cards in the NFC at this rate.
It's looking that way. It really, really is. And how about, I hate to say it, those fucking Washington Commanders, Jaden Daniels with the Hail Mary to beat the Bears. That was an instant classic moment. Not an instant classic game, but an instant classic moment.
That's like if he were to retire now, that's what he'd be remembered for.
100%. 100%.
Well, who wasn't on the Commanders or the Bears that was taunting the crowd?
Tyreek
Stevenson. Oh,
Tyreek Stevenson. He was taunting all the Commanders.
And he was the one who tipped the ball.
He was one who
tipped Noah Brown caught.
Tipped the damn thing.
Oh, that was so great, dude. I was watching it and I'm just like, nah, and I'm like, damn. And I'm like, oh fuck, it has to. I'm like, it's a little short. I saw, and I'm like, that dude's standing right there. I saw the ball go up. I saw who caught that ball at the end.
Noah Brown, former Dallas Cowboy.
Just fell right breadbasket, and I love Caleb, man, but tough loss, man. He was just looking like, what the fuck, like seriously.
He had a strong fourth quarter. He was resilient in that game.
Oh yeah,
played atrocious the first 3 quarters, but had a hell of a fourth quarter, and had that game, quote unquote, winning drive that should have won the Bears the game.
They're good, bro. The Commanders are good. They're going to play at New York this week. Then at home against Pittsburgh.
That's an easy win for the Commanders.
Last night, that's an easy win. Well, before we drag this out way longer than we should, let's get into these picks this weekend.
Let's do it. So
on
Thursday,
we still got more to talk about.
We have a lot more to talk about.
We do.
More than just the NFL too. So on Thursday night, fellas, we have the aforementioned Houston Texans, who are traveling to New York to play the Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. And I'm going to take the Texans because the Jets are fucking terrible.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. The Texans beat the shit out of you again.
I got the Jets.
Texans.
You know what Jets stands for, right? You know what it stands for? An acronym. Just end the season.
Just end the show. Just end the season, whichever. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I like Justin's musical number better or that acronym, because that was pretty clever.
And then the Mets, my entire team sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Little acronym for you right there, buddies. So, you're really going with the Jets, Ian?
I'm going with the Jets.
You're an idiot. So, for the first game, we have the New Orleans Saints, who at first everyone thought they were going to be the best team in the NFC, and they are playing the CFL Carolina Panthers.
I still got the Saints. They're -7 on the road.
Yeah, give me the Saints.
Yeah, definitely give me the Saints in this one. No question. Commanders at the Giants. And Commanders, obviously.
Commanders.
-3.5. They're on the road. I mean, Giants are
A dumpster fire.
do I want to do it? Give me the Commanders.
Tracy, for the Giants win the concussion protocol too after last night's game. So yeah, he's done.
Sure.
He was doing really good. He was rushing for almost 120, 130 odd yards, and got rocked.
Yeah, he was playing. He actually had a good game. He was
He had a
actually
great game.
giving the Giants a lot more than Singletary ever was giving them.
Yep.
We have the Miami Dolphins led by Tua Tagovailoa going into Buffalo to play the only team that actually plays in the state of New York, the Buffalo Bills. I'm going with the Bills.
I got the Bills by a good margin. I think at least a 10-point spread.
Yeah, definitely.
Nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill, Buffalo Bill, Buffalo. All right, what we got next?
Have the Los Angeles Chargers heading into play Cleveland, and more than likely the Jameis Winston-led Cleveland Browns, who had a hell of an upset win against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go with the Brownies in this game.
Wow.
Is Herbert playing? Because that tackle against them was brutal
he's playing.
dirty as hell.
Let me see. Yeah, I think he's right. He's playing, but it says yeah, no, he's playing. I don't see nothing about him not. I know he got banged. I saw that old boy came over and not old boy, Bozeman from the Chargers.
That was a dirty hit, though.
Hell yeah, that was.
100% was trying to injure him, which does not belong in the game of football.
You're talking about when his lineman came over and knocked the piss out of the dude, right?
Yeah, because he had Herbert by the ankle and then twisted it and tried to fall on him.
It was dirty as hell.
That does not belong in the game of football.
I don't even want to pick this fucking game. Whoever I pick is gonna lose. I mean,
now you know how I feel about Tampa Bay.
I got the Browns.
I got the Chargers.
Thank you for letting us know that the Browns are going to win the game, Ian.
Dude, I was so fucking mad and I was like, maybe I did pick the Browns this week, and I went back to our spreadsheet like, God damn it.
So we have the probably Jacoby Brissett-led New England Patriots heading into the Music City to face Tennessee. I'm going to go...
Tennessee's -3.5 at home. I'm guessing because the Drake May thing. Do the Patriots really want to win? I don't. Titans are trash.
They are. They're both trash.
They both do suck.
I'm going to go with the Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots too, but I agree that do they need the win? No. Will I be upset? No.
I don't. This game is such a coin flip because both teams are bad. Like, I could see the Patriots blowing them out. I could see the Titans blowing them out. I could see the Patriots winning a close game. I could see the Titans winning a close game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't really know.
There's so many different scenarios for this game because both teams are bad.
If Drake May were playing the game, it'd be the Patriots by a wide margin.
Yes. Oh, agreed. I definitely would have no issue picking the Patriots in that one. I think the Patriots are going to somehow sniff it out. I'm going to go with the Pats.
Oh, sorry. I got Tennessee.
You got Tennessee. Okay. The next game we have the Dallas Cowboys heading into Hotlanta to play the Falcons.
Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts and Mooney are riding high after this last week. Give me the Falcons.
I mean, Dallas' only 3 wins have been on the road. They're 3-1 on the road.
Give me the
Falcons.
I got Falcons too. Sorry, Casey.
Don't say sorry to me. Give me the Falcons.
What we got next? And I swear to... Go ahead, Casey. Go ahead.
So for this next game, we have a team I was hoping was going to win last week, the Cincinnati Bengals, and they are going to be
Don't
hosting
fucking.
Ian's Las Vegas Raiders. Mookie Betts just hit a double. Go Mookie.
You're like right up the foul line. Go Mookie. Oh, this shit's over. I have got the Cincinnati's -7.5 at home. Raiders got. I got the Bengals. I don't see the Raiders.
I got the
even up a
Bengals too.
fight.
Give me the
Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals too.
God, that
Yeah.
pissed me. I wanted the Bengals to beat the Eagles so bad. Now that I know the Cowboys season is over, I'm just hoping the Eagles lose every game. Like that's my motivation now is wanting the Eagles to lose.
Just Freddie Freeman did a home run here.
Dude, he's hit a home run in all three games so far, bro.
Nah, he's gonna strike out this at bat. Next game we have Sean Gadden's Denver Broncos heading in to play the team that lost to the Brownies, the Baltimore Ravens.
Denver's actually looking okay.
Bo Nix has looked the best out of the rookie quarterbacks. He leads in almost every category.
I mean, he better than Jaden?
I was to say you're better than Jaden?
No, but
Jaden's more flashy, but Bo Nix is more.
I think if you swapped their roles, I think Washington would be better than they are. Bo Nix looks solid.
You know, we were all trashing the Broncos for drafting in the first place, too.
Yeah, and he's making us eat our words. No hate whatsoever. Bo Nix looks sharp.
What I tell you, he homered.
You're fucking lying. Hold on.
No.
You're lying. Let's watch this. Let me turn this shit up.
No,
this will get us copy.
Yeah, he did. I just saw it, Justin.
No fucking way.
He really did too. He's winning World Series MVP.
Yeah, I mean God. Bro, that's all. Has that ever been done?
No.
There's no way. Not in 4 games.
No.
Holy
I don't think
shit.
Fucking Freeman.
I just called it, didn't I?
You did.
You sure did, and I thought you were. I didn't think he was gonna strike out, but oh my God, bro. I ain't never seen but baseball is one of those games. I mean, you're gonna hit 3. Like they always say, if you succeed 30% of the time, make the Hall of Fame. I've never just seen somebody every time they go to the plate. That's most likely. I mean, has it been on his first at bat every game?
No,
not game 1. I don't think. Maybe
no, it hasn't been first at bat every game. No.
So who do we got? Ravens or Broncos, guys? I got Ravens.
Got Ravens in a close one.
I got Ravens. That was cool that we were all. Damn, you guys were ahead of me by a solid. I got Baltimore.
So for the next game, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they are going to be heading into Philadelphia to play the Sheagles.
Sheagles are winning by a lot.
Yeah, I know they are. Give me the fucking Eagles.
I got Philly.
Next game, we have the Los Angeles Rams, who are coming off their best win of the season. I don't know how he didn't put his foot on first. And they are going to be playing the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle needs a good win.
I got the Seahawks.
Yeah, I do too.
You ramming up, Ian? Are you ramming up?
Ram it.
R-A-M.
Know how to ram it.
I got the Rams. Fuck, we rolling. We rolling this week.
Now this is a good matchup, fellas. We have the Detroit Lions heading into Lambeau Field in the not yet frozen tundra to play.
It might be frozen. It might be frozen at this point.
Well, let's see.
Almost frozen tundra.
It's 52 degrees. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Jason Williams suspended, a dome team playing in the cold in Green Bay. But they have that two-headed monster in Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. This is going to be a really, really good game, guys.
I think it is, too. I got Lions. I still got the
Lions. I got Lions in a shootout.
I think it's going to be a shootout, too. I think they're going to... Dude, I love watching the Lions play, bro. Oh, my God. They're so good.
I'm going to go with the Packers on this one.
Should Jared Goff be in MVP conversations?
Yes. Jared Goff should be leading the MVP conversation.
Sorry, Justin, you had the Lions, Casey, you had the Packers, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
our Sunday night football game. I don't know if you guys saw this. We have the Joe Flacco led now Indianapolis Colts heading into the scene of the crime where they blew a 33-0 lead back in 2022 to the Minnesota Vikings. Do you guys remember that game? The Colts up 33-0 and they blew it.
Yep.
That being said, in this one, I know I said they're going to fall, and I still think they are, but give me the Vikings.
I got the Vikings too. I mean, I've been riding them, I know, but yeah.
I got Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Is Richardson going to get benched indefinitely? Because he literally took off.
I think so.
He's completed 44% of his passes.
Tired. You can't. Yes, I think he's benched because I was telling Ian this last week. They just flat out look better with Joe Flacco.
You sure did. You did say that. You did call out Anthony Richardson, and sure enough, he sucks this year, bro. He's completed 44% of his passes. It's not the same guy that everybody was optimistic about.
No, it is not. Absolutely not. The Colts just look better with Joe Flacco, which is the same exact thing that happened in Cleveland, which is why they didn't bring him back, because they didn't want that controversy of paying Deshaun Watson all that money, and Joe Flacco was the better option. That's why they didn't bring him back.
You take some?
100%.
They gotta find some way to justify that contract. And
absolutely. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I think Flacco's going to have a good game, and I think it's going to be competitive, but I think Minnesota squeaks it out in the end.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, here's a good Monday night game, fellas. It's a rematch of a Super Bowl. It's a team that I can never pick right. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading into Arrowhead to play the Chiefs on Monday night.
This isn't a hard pick. You know who you're picking. It's going to be Kansas City.
I'm picking Kansas City as well. I don't think by a lot, but I am picking Kansas City. I see Ian said the same exact thing last week when they were playing the Raiders. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told him. Kansas City does not blow teams out. They just don't do it.
Oh, no, they don't. Not whatsoever. I mean,
and now with Hopkins.
They're good. They win every game, but they do not blow teams out. I don't.
Did Hopkins play this weekend?
Yes, he did. He had the first reception of the game.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't watch the KC game. That's why I asked.
Looking at the Chiefs' scores, you're right. I mean, the biggest win they've had was by let me see, by 13 over the trash ass Saints. They beat the Niners by 10.
Mahomes has had a very crap year for him, statistic wise.
He's had an interception in every game.
He has more interceptions than touchdowns, last I heard.
I think it's 8-8, if I'm not mistaken. But
he has 8 touchdowns, 9 picks this year.
9 picks now. So yeah, I'm very not worried about.
I'm not worried, but it's an eyebrow raise, if anything.
Sure, it's an eyebrow raise. Yes, I don't think this is going to be an issue come playoff time. I really don't. He'll figure it out and he'll settle down. And I don't know. At this point, I don't think anyone can beat the Chiefs in the playoff game. They are the perfect late game situational team. That's the only way that I can word it. They do not make mistakes in crunch time, and which is why every game is semi close and they always pull it off. Give me the Chiefs over the Bucks in a close one. Yeah, the Patriots of the Sarah. Exactly. That's how the Patriots were with Brady and Belichick. They did not make mistakes in late game scenarios. They just didn't happen. If you were going to beat them, you had to beat them.
You had to beat them and beat them early.
Not even so much beat them early. Like, I think it's possible to beat the Chiefs in a late close game, but you're not going to do it off a Chiefs mistake. You are going to have to take it away from them.
You're going to have to bury them to keep the...
Marlon Jackson intercepting Tom Brady in the 2006 AFC Championship game. Wasn't a bad read by Brady. Wasn't a bad throw. Marlon Jackson went an all-out dead sprint and dove in front of it to pick it to win the game.
I was shocked. I was watching that game. I was shocked. I'm like, oh my God, the Colts finally. I didn't think it was possible. And I'm like, oh, there's no flags. Colts are really about to win this game.
Well, yeah, I mean, shit. The Patriots were up about 21-0. That was the only thing that you could say they kind of choked on, I suppose. But
that was the game where one of the Colts, their home announcer over there, he's like, "Oh, they fumbled the damn football. Oh no, they got a touchdown."
But that is the picks for week 8, fellas. We've talked a lot of NFL, and that's basically all we've been talking about the past 2 months. I say we dive into something a little bit different here. What sport do you guys want to cover?
Let's touch on hockey real quick.
So obviously it was a great weekend for the University of Maine. There's no question about that. I mean, going into an arena that in their last 16 games, they were 0-14-2 in, to come out with a win and a shootout win, which technically is going to result in a tie. But to grab 5 points on that weekend is absolutely phenomenal.
I think we both call it a split.
Yeah, I said it was going to be a split, and it wasn't. It was better than a split. It was the closest thing you can get to a sweep without actually being a sweep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would say the Northeastern, especially in Game 2, definitely outplayed Maine for the majority of the game.
Yeah, all except for the last 10 minutes of the third period.
All it matters. At least all that ended up mattering more than anything I'd say. Maine's big problem this year is still staying out of the box.
Yeah, it absolutely is. There's no question about that. Maine still is going to struggle to stay out of the box. I do like their defensive toughness this year, though. Last year, Maine was a soft team. They are not soft anymore.
I think credit to Northeastern too. Like they came out Saturday, Maine wasn't able to just out physical them, and they were able to stay in it long enough. And then you talk about Friday night. I mean, Maine's getting doubled up on faceoffs, but other than that, Maine has looked great. Like that's the only area. I mean, they still won what 4-1 Friday. I think they had an empty netter there at the end.
They had 2 empty netters. Yeah,
we'll see, man. I think they look good. I'm not near. They don't look like they have the potential to be exposed like they did. Oh my God, did you just see what happened with Mookie?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. That's an out. That's clearly an out. But no, I agree. And I don't think there's a chance of them being exposed this year. They look like they're a much heavier team as far as their physical size. They look like they are willing to get physical. And so I really think that's going to be a great thing for them going forward. Obviously, they have, I don't want to say an easy weekend because no weekend in Hockey East is easy, but they have a team that's not up to their caliber in Merrimack this weekend. I'm anticipating a sweep, almost going to predict a sweep this coming up weekend. I don't like how Maine dropped from 6th to 7th, though. I will say that in the USHL rankings, was not a fan of that. I don't see how they drop.
Because North Dakota, who was ranked below them, blew BU out of the water in Game 1.
Blew them out.
8-2.
Holy, it was 4-0 on the first period.
Quinnipiac beat New Hampshire 8-2 and then lost the next night.
You just never know.
And I put this on. There's a Facebook group for Maine hockey fans. And I still have to ask the question: how in the hell is Cornell ranked in the top 10?
I saw your question.
I saw that question.
With a first place vote, and they haven't played a damn game.
I don't know. I don't understand how that's a thing. You can try to justify it in any way you want, but to me, it doesn't make sense.
Not only you can't justify it, but you're also stealing votes from other deserving teams.
Absolutely, you are. So
I mean, unless you're concerned only by reputation alone, because they made the tournament and made a deep-ish run into the tournament. Okay, fine, keep them in the top 15, but they're not a top 10 team. They haven't played a game.
Am I going too far to say that I think Alvin Boya may be I don't want to say better than Jeremy Swayman, but is going to be as effective because of the talent that Maine has around them as Swayman was for Maine?
I think he has the potential to be Swayman's senior year caliber with what's going around him.
That's pretty much what I'm thinking, which is fine. That
potential. He had a couple cheap ones get through him this weekend.
That's been his issue since he's been from last year on too, where he will make some miraculous saves, but then a couple easy ones go by. Justin, you remember the game that we went to last year? UNH's lone goal was a pretty fucking easy shot to stop. It went right over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm. And that's been Swayman's issue through even in his NHL career. His over the shoulder over his blocker shoulder.
Oh,
Not
we don't
glove
even
tight.
need to talk. We don't even need to talk about the Bruins, man. They have taken a step back.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that.
Real quick, Justin, let's do what we do every week when it's UMaine season. Scores for this weekend, real score, bias score Friday night.
Bias score 5-1 Maine. Real score 3-0.
Oh, a shutout weekend. I like that. For my bias score, I'm going 6-1. I think
Touchdown Black Bears.
I think they can pile it on Merrimack. And for my bias score, I'm going to go 4-2. I mean, for my normal score, I'm 4-2.
Yeah, I don't. When you guys do this whole biased realist or biased actual score thing, that still kind of confuses the shit out of me when you guys do it. I personally think they win both games. I think they win the first game 4-1. I think the second game they win 2-0. I don't think Merrimack beats them either game.
If Maine sweeps this weekend, they have to reach the top 5. Because at
Oh
that
no, they
point,
didn't.
Well, that
they'll be
depends on what
6-0-1
happens.
at that point.
But
They got to be
again,
top 5. They're 6-0-1.
they need to be at least top 6. But the problem is you're going to have to deal with the fact that North Dakota is on a good weekend. You have BC and BU who are they're not going to take out of the top 5, and you also had Minnesota and Michigan State.
If BC or BU has a bad weekend, though, what if they get swept?
Who are they against this weekend anyway?
Let me see. BC. I'm looking it up right now.
BC is in St. Cloud State. That could be a sweep for St. Cloud State.
St. Cloud State's really good.
And let me see. Boston University is going to play the. Oh, they've helped up a fucking hockey. I don't care about their enrollment schedule. Graduate in a few days. Let me see. 2024-25. I've always liked their dog, man. Looks like a really fierce little dude. They actually play Michigan at home. Boston University does.
Ooh, that'll be a tough matchup.
Say BC and BU both end up with splits and Maine sweeps. Then what?
Back to 6, depending what North Dakota does.
No, who's North Dakota play again?
Checking it right now, actually.
For sure. Hey yo, while you're checking that, man, like the little town in Arkansas I just moved to, earlier this morning, they found a dude, Michigan man arrested in Conway after Arkansas State Police find functioning explosive device and drugs. Shit was right down the road. It's like I'm looking at it
Nice.
too. It's like a little nice. That's a cool dude. You look at it, you look at the mugshot, you could tell he was serious
Wow.
about
Okay,
that.
so Cornell actually plays a freaking game. They're going against North Dakota this weekend.
Okay, so we'll see how that Cornell ranking truly stacks then.
Hey, Aaron Judge is on base. How'd he get there?
He walked.
Ah.
One swing of the bat and the Yankees have the lead. I said the Yankees take this game tonight, and I really think they do.
Yeah, BC
Now,
is.
I'm
at
only
St.
saying
Cloud
that
State.
because I thought they were going to win the series, but
Yeah, BC's at St. Cloud State. Michigan is at BU. North Dakota at Cornell. Yeah.
There could be a lot of not chaos, but I mean,
Penn State's at Minnesota. What is Michigan State doing?
there's a lot of good hockey this weekend.
I think Michigan State is the weekend off.
let me see. Michigan State hockey. It's a hockey schedule.
Michigan State hockey.
I'm not gonna lie.
Sean must have been so mad traveling all that way to watch them lose to Michigan this past Saturday.
You're kidding, right?
I don't know. Dude,
Yeah,
we
Michigan
fucking
State's
almost
off this
lost.
weekend.
Oh yeah, they just beat Canisius this past week for sure.
That's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go next weekend. They play Ohio State.
Okay,
That would be a good matchup. Ohio State's still unbeaten so far this year.
Hockey is still the best conference. Let's just keep it real.
by far.
By and large.
So let's kind of veer off into something here. I don't know, 10 words or less. I kind of want you guys to sum up your thoughts for the first week of the NBA season.
Ho hum.
You said 10 words or less. That's a lot of fucking words. I mean, maybe 3 words or less. We could put a whole ass sentence together with that shit. Wait, what was yours, Justin?
Ho hum. Nothing new. Nothing I didn't expect.
You know, the Celtics have outscored their opponents on 3-point shots alone over the first 6 games by 144 points.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Again,
I know.
none of this really surprises me. I expected the Celtics to live by the 3, die by the 3, but even then, they haven't died.
As they haven't died, they've been taken, and if you average out their 3-point shots over the first 6 games, they averaged 58 3-point shots a game. They are far and away the best team in basketball. Ian, I know you don't want to hear it. I know you said they aren't going to repeat. They're going to repeat. Nobody can stop this team.
I mean, Dame Lillard and Giannis were doing good last night and didn't have enough.
No, Celtics were up 17 with 2 minutes left.
And Tatum had a bad night for him last night.
Tatum had an awful night for him, and then Peyton Pritchard went out and dropped 30. Almost. He had 28.
Peyton Pritchard was leading scorer at halftime.
I don't know, man.
My 10 words or less. My 10 words or less. There's 8 of them. Nobody is going to stop the Boston Celtics.
I actually have one more. Bronny is washed up.
Yeah, I mean, Bronny's not ready. I don't think you can use the word washed up, because washed up indicates that
you were something at some point.
Yes, you were something, and then you were.
He was something in college, and now he's nothing.
Was he though?
No, my thing is, Bronny, I think what the Lakers did, and as much as I hate to say it, what the Lakers did is they did LeBron a service.
I heard that.
By drafting his son and then letting him play on the court with him for 3 minutes. Like, I don't think we'll see Bronny in an NBA game the rest of the season.
Supposedly he's supposed to be flip-flop between the Lakers and the G League. But
yeah, I could see him developing in the G League, sure. I can definitely see that maybe taking place. But it's clear that he wasn't ready. He almost looked out of place on the floor.
Almost? He is out of place. No question.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He did. He absolutely looked out of place on the floor.
My 10 words or less would be actually going back to what Casey was saying, because I actually had heard that too, because I don't like the nepotism. I especially get bothered about people like, well, why do you care? That type of petty shit annoys me. But I heard a take earlier was exactly what Casey was saying. That kept LeBron happy. Like, I just don't like people saying that Bronny earned it or this, because he fucking didn't. But if you want to look at it from the perspective of you want to keep with the NASA's, with the Bucks. I mean, I totally get that perspective. They did it it was a business move if you want to look at it that way. So I honestly hadn't thought of it that way. But
it's true because it makes sense, because had Bronny been drafted somewhere else, LeBron would have left.
Yes,
because he would have gone there. He openly said he will play wherever Bronny plays. And they just weren't willing to take that chance. My 10 words or less is.
Oh yeah, go for it. Whatever. Go ahead.
My bad, bro. I'm sorry. Darvin Ham was the problem. That's all I was gonna say. Lakers look real good.
Yes, I was actually just gonna say that the Lakers are 3-0. They look like they finally found a coach. Their offense looks fluid, and that other rookie that they drafted,
Connect.
He is lethal. Absolutely great pickup. Going to take a lot of pressure off of LeBron. The Lakers are going to be a true threat. Not for the Celtics, but they'll be a true threat in the West. My wife wants me to say connects. Great word association, hun. But yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I mean,
like
I'm kind of
the Lakers can be a threat. Not for the Celtics.
Yeah.
I think the Celtics. I mean, Ian, are you ready to concede that now? The Celtics are by far the best team in the league, like by far.
Are you guys better than the Cavaliers?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Are you guys better than the Cavaliers?
Yes.
Do you ask if we're better than the Cavaliers?
Yeah. That's right.
Yes. But
my grandmother's better than the Cavaliers at this point.
The Knicks are the second best team in the East, and we beat them by almost 40.
Cavaliers are 4-0. They win about more points per game than you guys.
Because
Now,
of one game. Because of one game where we had a 20-point lead on the Pistons and stopped trying.
to be fair, this is the team the Cavaliers would be in: the Raptors, Pistons, Wizards, Knicks, and they beat the Knicks by 6. But I don't believe in that. What is it? Traversive property shit or whatever it's called. I don't believe. But okay, I'm
Transitive
trolling,
property.
bro. You guys are the best team. I'm gonna just admit it. Like,
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop
It's not
lying to
close.
myself and you.
It's not close. Barring injuries, the Celtics are going to repeat. There's no question about it. Barring any injuries, of course.
I can't live on a throne of lies no more. They're the best team in the league, bro. I don't. I mean, let's see. They're gonna play Indiana coming up tomorrow at ESPN. This Friday, a doubleheader at Charlotte, and then at Atlanta. I mean, if they could get through, I mean,
Win,
NBA,
win, win.
anything could happen. Yeah.
Pacers play them tough. I will say that. I would not be shocked
In
if
Indiana.
I wouldn't be shocked if Indiana beats us on Wednesday. Or tomorrow, rather. That would not surprise me. Now, of course, they wouldn't beat us in a playoff series, so it doesn't matter. I don't think it really matters. But a random Thursday night in Indiana, yeah, absolutely the Pacers could win that game tomorrow. And it wouldn't sway my opinion one bit, of course, on the Celtics. My opinion is so far different than what it was last year. How I was saying
I'm like,
nothing.
you turn a new leaf. I was thinking the same shit. Like,
Well, yeah, because last year I was saying nothing they can do in the regular season is going to change my mind until they prove to me they can actually win in the postseason and win the title, and they did that.
When I want to, at what point during that game, like, did you realize, like, we're gonna win
against the Mavs on Game 5?
Yeah.
It's about 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Was it like a 20-something point game?
In. Yeah, when it truly sunk in.
I was happy for you, man. And I mean, you're never gonna get to see the Cowboys do it. So I was really, I'm not happy for Justin. The simple fact he's just, like, at this fucking point, he's seen like 6 Super Bowls, fucking like 3 World Series. Well, he's a Ducks fan, so we kind of been going through that together. And then now he sees.
Yeah, I mean, I've given up on seeing the Cowboys do it, especially this season. Like, this season's a wash. Like, they clearly don't have it. When your leading rusher gets 34 yards in a game, clearly something's off, and their defense is just not there this year either. I hope something can change. I hope Micah comes back this week, but that's looking doubtful. And, if they surprise me and get a good win on the road against a good Atlanta team this weekend, I'll be happy. I'm not going to lie. I'll be happy that they got that dub. But obviously, we went through that pick segment, and I picked the Falcons. So I don't expect it to happen, but if it does, it does. Now,
I don't expect the Patriots to be like really relevant, like playoff contender until I'm 40, and that's another 5 years from now. So,
no, that's fair, Justin, because obviously we do expect Drake May to, excel, and we expect Drake May to get better every year. But at the same time, they need to put extra pieces around him still, if that's clear. But
we're still a few years off. But anyway,
let's go to the question. And as I said earlier, I have the question for you boys. Now, this is kind of a different question, and it's something that's really going to maybe take you a minute to think of. We talk all the time, right, about teams that won games that they're expected to win, right? And we say, they're expected when they go out and win the game. And we say how a team, and how they take care of business and they earn the win. Now, you can associate this with either a series, with a championship, or just a random game. And you can associate it to any one of your favorite teams. What is a game or a series that one of your favorite teams has won that, looking back now, you can admit they did not deserve to win the game?
You said game or series, right?
Yeah, it could be any like random game within that series too, or it could just be a series as a whole where you're just looking back, you know what, they really didn't deserve that. They got a few lucky calls here. There was an injury to this player that caused them to win.
Good fucking question.
Jeez.
This might take a second. Shit. Because series, the way I've always seen it with series, like, usually it breaks you down to your component parts. It's very hard to win a series if you're not the better team.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you can associate it with series or just a game too.
I mean,
Where
going
like, you know
into
what, we
Game
did
Four
deserve
of
to
the
win.
04 ALCS, you could have said the Red Sox in like landslide because they had just lost 19-8 in Fenway, and then just everything
Yeah,
fell on its.
I mean, but Robert stole
That's
that
that's that's
base.
that's that again. That's not my answer is, but you could have made the argument that going into Game Four they didn't deserve to win anything.
That's a good fucking question.
So my answer would be the 2014 NFC wildcard game between the Lions and the Cowboys. Dallas ended up winning the game on a game-winning drive from Tony Romo. But in order to get the football back, the refs, I don't know if you guys remember, picked up a flag for pass interference on Dallas and said there was no pass interference. When, if you look back at that replay, there might have been a little bit of interference there.
Just a little bit.
That's a good fucking question, bro. No, that's not even it. I mean, well, you know what? Fuck. You said
And
that
the
we
reason
thought
that
we
it
were
was such
gonna
a big
lose.
call is because Detroit would have been able to basically run out the clock from there. So that's why I can say Dallas really didn't deserve to win. They got bailed out by the refs who threw a flag on third down, went back and looked at it and was like, nah, it's good. No defensive pass interference, fourth down. Obviously, we know what happened from there. They punted the ball to Dallas. Romo led them down the field for a game-winning drive in the playoffs.
Well, now I don't know if I'd put because I have my answer. I don't know if I put it in don't deserve to win, but I'd have to say 2012 Clippers Grizzlies first round. We went up 3. Well, because the very first game we had come back from like down 30. We go up 3-1. Cool. We lose game 5 in Memphis, as to be expected. We come home in game 6, lose a tight one, and they had all the momentum. We went back to Memphis game 7, closed it out on a Sunday. I mean, the momentum was just not on our side whatsoever. I mean, if I remember, there was a bullshit call. I think it was like out of bounds. They called against Randy Foye. Like we just had so many things falling against us, and then now we got to go to Memphis. Who, I mean, that was the Grindhouse Grizzlies. That was Rudy Gay, Conley, the team that me and Casey we were talking about used to play with on 2K, and we went in there and beat them on a Sunday. I want to say by like 8-9 points. Like I was not expecting us to win that game. I don't know if I'd say we didn't deserve it, because we did play a really good game, but I just felt like it not a travesty to the Grizzlies, but it was almost like just weird. I was like, it didn't feel like we were supposed to win that series. It really didn't. So I'd probably pick the Clippers in the 2012.
I think it was for me. I'm trying to remember what year it was. It was the Brady Mahomes AFC Championship
2018.
2018.
Yeah, because then you guys beat us the next fucking week, 2 weeks later.
And again, it's not that I don't think that because there were some calls that obviously went both ways that benefited both
Are
teams.
you going to refer to the ghost roughing the passer that never was? Or
No, I'm not.
You referring to the offsides?
No, I'm not even referring to that. I'm referring to the punt, the punt that was not recovered.
Oh,
that wasn't touched. The element looked like he didn't touch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he did or not. And whatever. Going back
here's
to
the thing, though. If you remember right, Brady threw an interception on the very next play.
Mm-hmm, he did.
So that call, yeah. If I was a Patriots fan, the one that would say cost them
Which one
in their favor was the Frank Clark, where they said Frank Clark was offsides. But they let the play happen, of course. And this is when the Chiefs were ahead. They let the play happen.
You mean D Ford? You mean D Ford?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then Brady threw an interception, which would have lost them the game. But then they said D Ford was offsides. Now, granted, he may have been in the neutral zone. So, yes, it is a flag. But that that neutral zone infraction had absolutely no effect on the play whatsoever.
Mm-hmm, correct.
I changed my answer.
Like I said, that game. We were fortunate to win the game because again, when it came down to it, the Patriots just gassed the Kansas City defense. That's what it boiled down to eventually.
Yeah, 3 straight 3rd and 10 conversions. Edelman, Gronk.
Yeah, but at the same time, Mahomes was rolling the entire game long. He was just
that to me was the game when after it was all said and done and the game was over, I was watching it with all my football buddies that I watched it with, and we were all talking about it, and we're like, that Mahomes kid is going to be the next dude. He is something different.
Well, he was already considered to potentially be the next dude. That game solidified to
That game is the what solidified it. Absolutely.
Because the Patriots were up like what 15 seconds to go, like that.
Yeah, and then they went down and tied the game.
I will say the pass interference that got them in range was kind of bullshit, but it doesn't miss.
What's yours, Ian? You said you changed yours. What is it?
And I'm because it came to my mind, and that's why I blurred it out. So I apologize, Case, for interrupting you. And Justin,
okay,
I'm sorry. I thought you were done. That's why. Rams Saints, bro. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
That's easily.
Oh,
bro, there was
easily.
no fucking business we had winning that game. I don't even need to explain why.
No.
But no, it was.
Oh my god. That game changed a rule that pass interference could now be reviewable, which they changed it back, so it's no longer reviewable again. But for a year, that was a weird year that they made that reviewable.
But on the one hand, the Rams got what they deserved and didn't win the Super Bowl that year.
That's true. Fucking points in the Super Bowl, but dude, when I thought of it, that's why I just blurted that shit out. I was like, "Oh my goodness! Like, hell yeah, we didn't deserve to win that shit, bro. We shouldn't have been in that fucking game in the Super Bowl." But it was D Ford in that game you guys are talking about, because when they did the Chiefs parade, I think Kelsey was like, "My man, was he 5'5" and he ain't offsides, motherfucking Frank Clark." It was D Ford, yeah. It's he cried, I think, after that happened, if I remember correctly.
Because that was the game right there.
That's why I get torn on a lot of those things, because by the letter of the law, yes, it was a flag. He lined up in the neutral zone.
But you're gonna throw a flag there at that moment in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Because it had no effect on the game. Like, Tom Brady is obviously the greatest quarterback of all time, but he made a bad read on that throw and was intercepted, and the Chiefs are going to win the game.
Well, didn't he that's not a bad throw. He overthrew Gronk, and it tipped off of Gronk's hand.
Yes. Yeah, okay, not so much a bad read. It was a bad throw.
Yeah. Because he had Gronk wide open in the flat they would have had a first down on that play had Gronk actually caught it.
That was a high-scoring game, wasn't it? It was like in the fourth.
Yeah, it was
a really high-scoring game.
Man, all right, there, boys. That was a great show. I do have to get my little one to sleep and, yell at my cat for tearing up my Xbox cord.
Fuck him up.
It's a her.
Don't fucking don't. Good show, guys.
Yeah.
That's a great show, and she's a bad kitten, and she's exiled from my house.
Did you not boop her yet? That's probably your fault. You probably didn't boop her when you got her, to be honest. That's probably where you fucked up.
I boop her all the time.
I was wrong for assuming.
So one last stat before we get off. Freddie Freeman has hit a home run in 6 straight World Series games. That has never been done before.
Oh, actually, before we get off, I have one more fun fact I told Ian about last week. Ian, you know what stat I'm about to tell him,
Marlins,
right?
bullshit.
The Marlins. So, Justin, the Miami Marlins, over the last 11 seasons, they have the worst record in baseball overall, okay? But on their 44th game of the season, they are 11-0 on their last 11 seasons.
What a random stat is that?
Oh, is that one gone?
No, it's to the warning track, but it's definitely a double.
That's a
Brian. Oh, and he got held at third.
That's lazy ass base running, but we're gonna get off. I'm about to upload the show right now and not wait 3 days. I already have my YouTube pulled up, and I'm not leaving this motherfucker until the show's up. So,
good deal.
You guys have anything you want to say before we sign off? I thought it was a great show.
It was a wonderful show.
It's been great. It's been great, but don't forget to go to Canada. Don't forget to bring a towel.
And fuck Philly.
Fuck Philly.
All right, boys. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Have a good one, guys. That was also recording.